Gunsmoke, brought to you by Chesterfield. Chesterfield packs more pleasure because they're more perfectly packed. Thanks to the Accuray filter, they satisfy the most. Around Dodge City and in the territory to the west, there's only one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, the transcribed story of the violence that moved west with young America and the story of the man who moved with it.
And I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chance job. It makes a man watchful and a little lonely. Good morning, Doc. Chester.
Morning, Mr. Dillon. Why don't you come have some coffee with us?
You might as well. You got nothing to do in your office.
No, but in there people can't see me doing it.
That ain't no use to hide. They're on to you anyway, Marshal.
You know, this Christmas season hasn't made you any more charitable at all, has
Well,
it,
now,
Doc?
I'm not a man to be good on Sunday and then sin all week, if that's what you mean.
Well, you're honest, if nothing else.
I don't know.
Hey, would you look at that fellow over there?
What fellow's that, Chester?
Yonder, across the street there, in that coonskin hat.
I believe that's about the tallest man I ever saw.
Yeah, he must be at least 8 feet tall.
He's so skinny it makes him look even taller.
That rifle he's carrying as long as he is. He sure looks out of place down here in Dodge, don't he?
He is out of place, Chester. That's a squirrel hunting southern mountain man.
Oh, he's coming over here. Look at him walk.
Oh, if everybody had legs like that, Santa Fe Railroad would be right out of business, wouldn't they? Yeah, he's from the hills, all right.
Well, at least he ain't another gunman, Mr. Dillon.
Well, that's something to be thankful for.
Howdy.
Hey.
Hello.
Would you be the whatchamacallit?
You mean the marshal?
That's the word. I never heard it until a fella told me this morning.
It just means peace officer.
Well, I'm again peace officers. Where's the jailhouse?
It's in the back of my office right over there.
I'm a country man, and I'm again jailhouses too.
Well, so am I, but sometimes they're necessary.
Well, they ain't no more than the law is. It ain't fitting for some folks to be meddling in other folks' business.
Now, just where do they figure that? Stranger up the Ozark Mountains?
Better country than this.
Oh,
And my name's Eben Hakes.
and I'm Doc Adams.
I'm Matt Dillon, and this is Chester Proudfoot.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Hakes?
Peace officer, a man said you'd help me find where Joth Monger's living.
Jothmonger? Yeah, I know him.
He came out here about a year ago. He's got an old mountain gal with him. They're married.
Yeah, they got a place up near Rock Springs. It's about 10 miles north of here.
What kind of place?
Well, just a shack and a patch of corn.
I'll find it.
Now, you've come a long way to see your friend, Hakes.
Joth Monger ain't exactly a friend, peace officer. I gotta get going, it being Saturday and all.
Wait a minute. What's Saturday got to do with it?
Nothing. Except I won't kill a no man on Sunday. I never have, and I never will.
People everywhere are finding that Chesterfield packs more pleasure. Yes, Chesterfield packs more pleasure because it's more perfectly packed. With the more perfectly packed cigarette, the more taste and mildness are released for you. And Chesterfield, made with the Accuray filter, is more perfectly packed than any other cigarette ever could be. Firm, pleasing to the lips, mild yet deeply satisfying to the taste. And the Accuray Chesterfield has an open, easy draw that unlocks all of the pleasures of fine tobacco. So remember, Chesterfield packs more pleasure. Buy Chesterfield, mild, yet they satisfy the most.
Monger's place don't look no better than it ever did, does it?
No, not much, Chester.
Look at that poor old Miss Monger out there doing all them chores.
Well, I wonder where Joth is.
Asleep probably somewhere.
Whoa. Morning, Miss Monger.
Howdy.
How are you, ma'am?
Poorly. Just poorly.
Is Joth here, ma'am?
If it wasn't Saturday, he'd be here.
What?
Joth goes to Dodge every Saturday.
He does. I never see him.
Well, if he socialized, you'd see him. You know, Joth's got his ways, Marshal. They're lonely, but they're his'n.
I see, Mrs. Monger. Do you know a man called Eben Hakes?
Hakes! You speak that name around here and you won't be welcome none, Marshal.
So there's trouble between you?
Well, if you call Joth being the only Monger left and Eben being the only Hakes left, then you could say there's trouble.
So you're saying it's a feud?
Both families been whittled down to just them two.
I see. So is that why Joth came out to Kansas, to get away from it?
No, he's always a-talking about going back long enough to kill Eben Hakes.
No. But what do you think? Don't you think it's gone on long enough?
If you could have seen the slaughter that I've seen, Marshal, you'd sure think so. Either one of them could have called it off, too, if they weren't so muley.
How did that feud start, ma'am?
If you had any upbringing, you wouldn't ask.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to pick no wound or nothing.
It's a family matter. Now, how'd you say you saw Eben Hakes anyway?
He was in Dodge asking about Joth.
Well, if he's asking, he'll find him. And that's bad. Joth don't even know he's in town.
Now, look, Miss Monger, the law doesn't hold with feuding. Whichever one kills the other, he or she'll hang for it.
If there is such a law, I ain't never heard of it, Marshal.
Well, there is. I've warned Hakes, and I'm going to warn Joth.
If you start a meddling, they'll shoot you. I'm worried about Joth, too. You know he'll be drunk soon as it's dark.
I'll find him, ma'am. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Is hill people all like that, Mr. Dillon?
Well, they're mighty independent, Chester.
Well, that law don't mean much to them, does it?
No, not when it comes to feuding. Look over there by that little bluff there.
Well, now I'll be. How'd he get here? So fast I don't see no horse, no nothing.
Let's go ask him. Hello, Hakes.
That Joth Monger's place yonder there, peace officer?
Yeah?
Good. I'll get a little closer and shoot him when he comes out.
Well, you don't care whether you hang or not, do you?
Hang? For shooting a monger?
For shooting anybody. You ever hear of murder?
Peace officer, you're getting downright contrary.
Where's your horse, Hakes?
I ain't got no horse.
You mean you left him in Dodge?
I don't need no horse to travel by.
You mean you walked all the way from the Ozarks?
Well, it's mostly downhill, peace officer. But I'd walk anywhere to get me a monger.
Well, maybe I ought to throw you in jail.
Now you are being meddlesome. I gotta get closer to that house. Don't you fret none about the old lady. I don't aim to shoot her.
Mr. Dillon, You gonna let Hanks just wait here and shoot Joff?
No, let him go, Chester. Let's get back to Dodge and find Joth and warn him.
Why don't you just let them shoot each other and just be done with it?
Don't tempt me, Chester. Chester, go ask Sam if he's seen Joth.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dillon.
Evening, Kitty.
Hello, Matt. Where have you been? It's pretty near midnight.
Been trying to stop a feud, Kitty.
It's a long time since I've heard of a feud around Dodge.
Yeah, well, this one kind of got transplanted from the Ozarks.
The Ozarks? Then it's a wonder that crazy Jock Monger isn't mixed up in it.
Well, it's actually Joth I'm looking for, Kitty.
You are?
I've been in every saloon in Dodge. You must have a cave somewhere.
Well, I bet you $1 he's right out back, Matt.
What?
Sure. He's there every Saturday night. He comes in and buys a bottle of corn from Sam and takes it out back and drinks it. He sits there all alone with his rifle in one hand and his bottle in the other. Nobody knows what he's thinking.
No wonder I never see him around.
Hey, Mr. Dillon, Sam. Oh, hello, Miss Kitty. I didn't mean to butt in.
Hello, Chester.
Kitty just told me, Chester. Go out back and see if Joth's there, and if he is, bring him in, will you?
Yes, sir. All right, I'll go get him.
Who's Joff feuding with, Matt?
A man called Eben Hakes.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, and I wish I never had.
Is he from the Ozarks too?
Yeah, he arrived today. On foot.
On foot?
He's all legs, Kitty. He's a real traveling man.
Say, I'd like to see him.
Well, he's got a face like a hatchet, and he's built like a piece of wire.
And I bet he carries a long rifle too.
He sure does.
Here he is, Mr. Dillon. I made him leave his rifle with Sam, though.
Hello, Joth.
Say, what do you want, Marshal? I don't care to be cooped up inside here very long.
Eben Hakes is looking for you, Joth.
Look, of course he is. The Monger and the Hakes been looking for each other now 40 years. And they most all got fame, too.
You been drinking, Joth?
Well, the missus won't allow no drinking on the place, Marshal, so I gotta come to town every Saturday.
Joth Monger.
Oh, it's Hanks, Mr. Dillon.
Move out of the way, Kitty.
Off like a bear up a tree.
Put your rifle down, Hakes.
Gonna kill me and I ain't even got no gun.
Put it down, I said.
You're standing in the way, peace officer.
And I'm gonna stay here.
Then I'll have to shoot you first.
You're not gonna shoot anybody.
Of course I am. That's what I came for, ain't it?
Don't try it.
Now, just hold it up in a minute there. Wait, just wait. I just thought of something.
I wish all you folks would stop meddling in this.
You know what? It's after midnight, Hanks.
What?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday?
You're right, Hakes.
Well, of all the gall-blamed luck. Oh, quit looking so troubled, Joth. I won't shoot no man on Sunday, even a monger. You know that.
Sure I do, neither would I. But you come awful close to it, even.
It's a doggone shame it took me so long to find you today.
You traveled a long way, even.
I know, but I got tired waiting for you to come back home, Joth.
Well, I was coming. I was coming this summer.
I know, your old lady told me about it today. I seen her sketching around there doing those chores. That ain't much of a place you got there, Joth.
Quiet, quiet.
Oh, a fella can make a crop here sometimes even, but it's a hard fight with a short stick.
I don't see no hogs out there. Where are they?
Well, I'm getting some come spring. Say, you remember the day you killed one of my hogs back home? You shot at me and missed and killed my hog.
Well, I'll never live that one down, I guess. It got dark waiting for you. I couldn't see too good.
Well, I'll say one thing though. You paid me back for him. I remember that.
Of course I paid you for him. I ain't no vandal.
Well, I never claimed you was. Even, how is things back home?
Well, there's been a lot of changes since you left.
Really? Say, I got a little jug of corn out back. It's most empty now, but we can buy another and sit a spell and kind of get sired on the cob. What do you say, Eve?
Might as well. We can't do no shooting until Monday. So where is it we buy that bottle?
I'll show you. Fellas over here sells it.
Yeah. You'll have to lend me some money, John. I didn't bring any with me this trip.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, if that don't beat all, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like to me that they may be calling off that feud.
No, not them, Chester. Midnight tomorrow, they'll be stalking each other all over again.
Well, how you gonna stop them, Mr. Dillon?
I'll let them enjoy themselves tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to throw them both in jail. And they're going to stay there long enough until they learn something more than feuding.
This is it, Chesterfield cigarettes. Superior taste and filter. Superior taste from tobaccos especially selected for filter smoking. Tobaccos that are richer, tastier, light, and mild. And Chesterfield's superior filter is white, pure white. Truly a miracle tip because when it's added to Chesterfield tobacco, it actually improves your enjoyment of this great cigarette. Next time you buy cigarettes, look for the name Chesterfield. Get perfectly packed and filtered Chesterfield today.
Well, I wasn't sure that jail would teach Jonathan even a thing, but I still couldn't let them run loose and shoot each other down. So the next morning, Chester and I went looking for them. We found where they'd built a small fire out in back of the Long Branch, had a number of empty bottles, but that was all. We searched the town until noon, no luck. Then we decided to ride out to the Monger place and see if by chance Jonathan showed up. There was nobody in sight when we got there, so we dismounted and walked up to the door.
There's smoke coming out of the chimney, Mr. Dillon.
Well, that don't mean Jonathan's in there, Chester.
No, sir, I know.
Afternoon.
You go away, Marshal.
Now wait a minute, Miss Munger.
If you don't want to get shot, you'll do what I say.
Whoa. Friendly, ain't she? I tell you, oh, God.
Yeah.
But she didn't have no gun. It must be Joss that's in there.
Probably.
Well, if it is, why would he want to shoot you?
Well, there's only one reason I can think of.
You mean that he's done killed even Hakes?
I don't know, Chester, but I'm going to find out.
They ain't gonna open the door for you, Mr. Marshall.
Well, there's a window around the side. Let's try that.
Oh Lord, it ain't a very clean window.
Well, it'll do. Here, let me take a look. Well, I'll be.
Well, what is it, Mr. Dillon?
Here, have a look yourself.
All right, hang on. Let me get over here. Why, they're eating. All three of them.
That's right. Come on. I want to talk to the men, Miss Munger, and I'm coming in.
John!
All right, stay away from those rifles.
He busted in right past my woman.
I never heard of a man coming into another man's house that way.
If he had any upbringing, he wouldn't have.
Is Is this the kind of people they got in Kansas, Joth?
It's the first I've seen of it.
Never mind that, Joth. Why'd your wife threaten to shoot me?
If you
What's going on here anyway?
If you hadn't come to put him in jail, you wouldn't have got shot at, Marshal.
How do you know I was going to put him in jail?
'Cause he even told me you was.
Well, that's right. I told him if he killed anybody.
I ain't killed nobody.
Well, it's still Sunday, isn't it?
Oh, that. Sure, but that don't matter no more, peace officer.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the feud's off. We stopped it.
You stopped it?
Sure. Last night.
Yeah, we got to talking a little about old times and everything.
And you know what we went and found out?
No, what?
You tell me.
Well, peace officer, this here feud started a long time ago. What happened is my grandfather stole Joth's grandfather's girl and married up with her. So Joth's grandfather declared a feud right then and there.
But you ain't told him what we found out yet, even.
Well, we hadn't thought of it before, peace officer, but last night we was thinking that if my grandfather hadn't have done that, then Joth here would have been me.
What?
Don't you see? Otherwise, my grandmother would have married up with Joth's grandfather, and I would have been Joth.
So any way you look at it, we's kind of related.
Yeah, anyway you look at it last night, you mean we saw all them bottles.
Well, that doesn't matter, Chester, as long as the feud's off.
Well, it ain't only off. Eben's gonna stay on here with us. We gonna work this place together. And I'm gonna give him a share in it come Christmas.
Come Christmas?
Tain't far off. January 6th.
Now, won't get to hold your horses. Now, wait a minute. Since when did Christmas get to be on January 6th?
If you had any upbringing, you'd know that.
Oh, the more I get to know you, the more I get to know less. Oh, man.
You folks don't understand. Back in the Ozarks, we do our Christmas celebrating 12 days from when you do.
Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about the 12th night.
Well, we call it Christmas too.
And if you only knew, Marshall, it works just fine for us.
Well, there's no reason why it shouldn't, ma'am. It's an old custom.
Yeah.
Say, maybe you and Chester come out and celebrate with us.
Oh, honey, if they don't mind sauerkraut and some sour pickles and cornbread coffee, they'll come.
Well, ain't there gonna be no chitlins, woman?
John, that was saving them for a surprise.
Chitlins or no chitlins, I'd be proud to come, Miss Monger.
Good.
And me too.
Well,
Good.
we'll leave you to your dinner now, and we'll see you 12th night.
And a Merry Christmas, everyone.
Friends, at this time, I'd like you to join with Liggett Myers, the maker of Chesterfields. There are over 6,000 wholesale distributors and the 1,300,000 retail cigarette dealers, and wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
Tonight's KCAL production of Gunsmoke starred David Dameron as Matt Dillon. Featured in the cast were Eddie Clemens, Billy Holland, Steve Watts, Denise Klein, Connie McDonald, Doug Fain, and Norman Klein on sound effects. This is your announcer, Buddy Teeter. Join us again next week for another transcribed story as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring order out of the violent violence of the Old West in Gunsmoke. This is the CBS Radio Network.